Welcome, have a nice day. Today is Friday, 6th of September 2024. From the international history point of view, on September 6, 1901, President William McKinley was shot and mortally wounded by an anarchist Leon Zolgo's Chaval Gavash at the Pan American Exposition in Buffalo, New York. Died 8 days later. From the Indian history point of view, the date of 6th September marks the day in 1965 when Indian troops crossed the international border to launch an attack on Pakistani Punjab in a riposte to Pakistan's Operation Grand Slam targeting Jammu. Starting the newspaper analysis with the newspaper The Hindu states that Bengal Governor dubs Aparajita Bill a political gimmick, seeks technical report. West Bengal Governor C.V. Ananda Bose addresses a press conference in Kolkata on September 5, 2024 on the Arjikar Medical College and Hospital doctor rape and murder case. And Raj Bhavan said the government has pointed out that the bill appears a copy-paste of similar bills passed by Andhra Pradesh, Maharashtra and Arunachal Pradesh legislatures. West Bengal Governor C.V. Ananda Bose on Thursday, September 5, 2024 sought a technical report on the Aparajita Women and Child West Bengal Criminal Laws Amendment Bill 2024 and dubbed the legislation a political gimmick, observing that the similar legislations from the other states were pending with the president. Mr. Bose said the state government was duty bound to send a technical report before a decision is taken on giving assent to the bill. Collapse of thousands of trees in the Editorial Wildlife Sanctuary puzzles officials. Thousands of the forest were uprooted in Editorial Wildlife Sanctuary due to the unknown natural phenomena on September 1st during a heavy rain. As per the sample plot analysis, it has been summarized that approximately 50,000 trees were uprooted in 200 hectares of deep forest area along the 2-3 kilometers length. Thousands of forest trees were uprooted in Iturangaram, a wildlife sanctuary, due to the unknown natural phenomena on September 1st during heavy rains. Anecdotal evidence of a wind spiral strengthens this assumption that a tornado was being the devastating that occurred in the Iturangaram wildlife sanctuary on September 1st. Forest officials who went on an inspection of the area where thousands of trees were uprooted overnight were told by the residents of villagers nearby that a Sudigalai tornado dark in appearance was witnessed rising in the forest on the day. However, foresters have not yet confirmed the occurrence of tornado. Instead, they said the matter was referred to the Meteorological Department and the National Remote Sensing Center for further analysis. As per the sample plot analysis, it has been surmised that approximately 50,000 trees were uprooted in 200 hectares of deep forest areas along 2 km to 3 km length, which contains 50 to 60 million forest species. Many more trees were chopped, broken, and damaged, official informed. Election Commission issues notification for Haryana Assembly polls and third phase of voting in Jammu and Kashmir. A view of logo of the Election Commission of India. With this process of filling nominations has begun for both, the Election Commission on Thursday, September 5, 2024 issued a notification for assembly polls in the Haryana and the third and final phase of the voting in Jammu and Kashmir. With this, the process of filling nominations has begun for both. For Haryana, the last date for filling nomination is September 12. The scrutiny of nomination papers will be taken up the next day, while the last date for the withdrawal of a candidature is September 16. The polling for the 90-member Haryana Assembly will be held on October 5 and a counting of votes will take place on October 8. The Election Commission has changed poll dates for Haryana, which were earlier scheduled October 1st. After representations from many schools, social and political organizations, as it fell on a major festival of a local community. In the Jammu and Kashmir, where 40 seats will vote in third phase of October 1st. The last date for filing nomination is September 12. The scrutiny of the nominations will take place on September 13. The last date of withdrawing nominations is September 17. The Assembly polls, the first in Jammu and Kashmir since the abrogation of Article 370 in 2009, would be held in three phases on September 18, 25, and October 1st. The Supreme Court had last year, while upholding the scrapping of Article 370, directed that Assembly election be held by September 30. The last Assembly election was held in Jammu and Kashmir in the November-December 2014 in 5 phases. Assembly polls are being held in Jammu and Kashmir after a decade. In June 2018, the BJP withdrew support to the People Democratic Party (PDP)-led coalition government. The region was under the governor's rule before the union government in August month of 2019 revoked Article 370 of the Constitution, which granted it special status. Hindustan Times newspaper stated that India-Singapore elevate ties to strategic partnership. Prime Minister Narendra Modi with the Singapore counterpart Lawrence Wong at the Singapore Parliament House on Thursday. India and Singapore on Thursday unveiled the semiconductor ecosystem partnership and measures for greater interoperability between their digital economies, even as Prime Minister Narendra Modi said the two sides will work together for regional peace, stability, and prosperity. The two countries, which have forged strong strategic and economic ties over the past 2 decades, elevated their relations to a comprehensive strategic partnership. Modi and his Singaporean counterpart Lawrence Wong backed an inclusive and rules-based Indo-Pacific region that fosters free trade and a peaceful resolution of differences in line with international law. Modi arrived in Singapore on Wednesday on the second leg of a two-nation Southeast Asian tour. After making the first bilateral visit to Brunei by Indian Premier, at talks with the Wong, he described Singapore as an important anchor for India's decade-old Act East policy. Biden heads to his last God meet with the legacy of transforming elevating group. The grouping has transformed in the past every 4 years because of its focus on what officials call concrete deliverables. In the month of March 2021, with the 2 months of taking over as America's President, Joe Biden attended the first Quad Leaders Summit as he had got together with the leaders of Japan, Australia, and India in a virtual format. In the month of September 2024, 4 months before he leaves office, Biden will head to New York, where he will, in all likelihood, attend his final Leaders Summit of Quad. Elevating and transforming Quad, American officials believe, will be among Biden's most important achievements and Biden's most steady partner in making the group what it is today. Has been Prime Minister Narendra Modi as a fellow leader and agenda setter and the representative of the country that is not already an American treaty ally. To be sure, the origins of the Quad go back to 2004 tsunami event development in 2007, and the Donald Trump administration played a key role in the reviving Quad at the official and ministerial level. But it is in the last 4 years that close grouping of the 4 countries, all united by the unstated objective of the keeping Chinese belligerence at the bay and stated objective of maintaining a free, open, and a prosperous Indo-Pacific, has a quality to transform it because of its focus on what officials call concrete deliverables. Quad countries agree to expand a maritime domain awareness initiative to the Indian Ocean. In a recent interview to United States State Department officials told the Hindustan Times that since 2021, Quad has built on the strategic alignment between the partners to focus on what the region says it needs and then deliver on it either collectively or in the coordinated manner. The United States views the Indo-Pacific Maritime Domain Awareness (IPMDA) initiative, Quad's work in cyber, digital infrastructure and training realm, and the humanitarian assistance and the disaster relief (HDR) cooperation as a significant milestone among the Quad's other achievements. Jointness in focus, Rajnath pushes for swift military action. Defense Minister Rajnath Singh and CDS General Anil Chauhan on the second day of the Joint Commanders Conference in 2024 in the Lucknow on Thursday. Jointness among the three services, an essential prerequisite to the creation of the theater commands, came into sharp focus at the top military conference in Lucknow on Thursday, with the Defense Minister Rajnath Singh making a push for cultivating a joint vision, preparing for future wars, and delivering a synergized, swift, and proportionate response to provocations. India is a peace-loving nation, but the armed forces need to be prepared for the war to preserve peace. We should have to foolproof deterrence, he said, addressing India's top military officials at the maiden two-day Joint Commanders Conference that began on Wednesday. Singh released the Joint Doctrine of Amphibious Operations, prepared by Headquarters Integrated Defense Staff in a boost for the ongoing drive for jointness and integration of the armed forces. As they chart a path towards the theaterization, a long-awaited reform for the best use of the military's resources to fight future wars. The minister was briefed on the recently released Joint Doctrine of Cyberspace Operations during the conference based on the theme as Sakshit or Surakshit Bharat. Transforming the armed forces, the military is ready with the blueprint of the theaterization model and will present it to the government for final approval soon. Speaking at the conference on the Wednesday, Chief of the Defense Staff General Anil Chauhan had made a pitch for jointness and integration for the military to adopt it to the contours of the future warfare and conducting effective operations. On the concluding day of the conference, Singh drew the military's attention to ongoing wars between Russia and Ukraine, and Israel and Hamas, and the instability in Bangladesh. He asked the military leadership to analyze the troubling global developments, predict the challenges that India may face, and build the capability and stay prepared to deal with the unexpected. Now going towards the Indian Express. From business point of view, Kerala, Andhra Pradesh top ease of the doing businesses reformers ranking. According to the achievers number, Kerala was the top performer, followed by the Andhra Pradesh, Gujarat, Rajasthan, Tripura, and Uttar Pradesh. Meanwhile, the Arunachal Pradesh, Telangana, Punjab, and Pondicherry were ranked the worst performers. The ranking showed. Piyush Goyal. MSME raised alarm over steel import duty hikes aimed at calls for more protection. This comes in the wake of the assurance from Minister of the Heavy Industries H.D. Kumaraswamy and Commerce and Industry Minister Piyush Goyal during the events organized by Indian Steel Association. I said that steps would be taken to restrict Chinese steel imports to protect the domestic steel industry. In financial year 2024, India became a net importer of steel with an overall steel trade deficit of 1.1 million tons. Average household spending on food falls to less than a half EAC PM paper. The working paper highlighted that within the food category, the share of expenditure on cereals has declined significantly across both rural and urban areas. The decline was most substantial for bottom 20% of households. So going towards the world news, including Pope Francis set to visit Papua New Guinea to meet the remote Catholics, addresses climate change. Trump says United States colleges could lose accreditation over the anti-Semitic propaganda if elected. United States and China commanders to discuss conflict prevention in coming weeks. Trump to appoint Elon Musk as a head of the Government Efficiency Commission if elected. Hunter Biden offers to plead guilty in tax case without a deal with the prosecutors. Oil-rich United Arab Emirates completes our world's first nuclear plant. Going towards science and tech, we have the National Medical Commission withdraws the medical curriculum guidelines. The National Medical Commission (NMC) has withdrawn the competency-based medical education curriculum (CBME) guidelines 2024 published recently. From the educational point of view, transgender and disability rights groups have been protesting against the National Medical Commission's new competency-based medical education curriculum (CBME 2024) guidelines for the MBBS students released recently, calling it outright ableist transphobic. The National Medical Commission (NMC) has withdrawn the competency-based medical education curriculum (CBME) guidelines 2024 published recently. In its notice issued on Thursday, September 5, 2024, the Commission said it is informed that the curriculum is issuing guidelines under the competency-based medical education curriculum (CBME 2024) stands are withdrawn and cancelled with the immediate effect. The above guidelines will be revised and uploaded in due course. Transgender and disability rights groups have been protesting against the National Medical Commission's new competency-based medical education curriculum (CBME 2024) guidelines for the MBBS students released recently, calling it outright ableist transphobic. The groups had written to the Health Ministry seeking its urgent intervention for rectifying the error. New spider species discovered in Tamil Nadu's Palani Hills. The discovery of a Carotus piperus occurred during a 2016 survey in Thadiankodisi Dinghole. The taxonomic description of Carotus piperus, detailed in the Journal of Insect Biodiversity and Systematics, increases the known Carotus species count in India to 10 and to 37 globally. A new species of jumping spider, Carotus piperus, has been identified in the low Palani hills of the Tamil Nadu. This discovery yet again highlights the region as rich biodiversity and brings the number of the known Carotus species in India to 10 and to 37 globally. Species was taxonomically described and illustrated in detail by John Caleb, TD, from the Savithi Institute of the Medical and Technical Science, Chennai, and M. Sampathkumar from the Indian Council of Agricultural Research, National Bureau of the Agriculture and Insect Resources, Bengaluru. United States, Britain, European Union to sign first international artificial intelligence treaty. The first legally binding international treaty, artificial intelligence, will be open for signing by countries including the European Union members, the United States, and Britain. The first legally binding international artificial intelligence treaty will be open for signing by countries including European Union members, the United States, and Britain. The first legally binding the international artificial intelligence treaty will be open for signing on Thursday by the countries that negotiated it, including European Union members, the United States, and Britain. The Council of the Europe Human Rights Organization said the AI convention, which has been in the works for years and was adopted in May month after discussions between 57 countries, addresses the risks artificial intelligence may pose while promoting responsible innovation. Second stage of Gaza polio campaign begins while war goes on in the other areas. The child receives a vaccination for the polio in Khan Yunis in the southern Gaza Strip on September 5, 2024, aimed at the ongoing war in the Palestinian territory between the Israel and the Hamas. Vaccination have begun in the Rafah and Khan Yunis in the south of Gaza, both areas that have been impacted by the war and have hosted tens of thousands of people who have fled other parts. Crowds of the Palestinians gathered at the medical centers in the south of the embattled Gaza Strip on Thursday, September 5, 2024, to have their children vaccinated against polio, the start of the second stage of the campaign that has so far seen 187,000 youngsters inoculated. The United Nations Palestinian Refugee Agency (UNRWA) said the campaign, facilitated by Hamas and Israel, agreeing on limited pauses in their fighting, was so far successful but complex. Avalanches can grow 100 times larger under sea than on land. This underwater photograph shows light penetrating the water surface in the Mediterranean Sea off the coast of Bedrown Sea on August 1, 2023. Scientists have mapped the devastation of a giant underwater avalanche that happened 60,000 years ago from its source area offshore of Morocco. Underwater avalanches are powerful natural events that happen all the time under the surface of the ocean. They are impossible to see and extremely difficult to measure, which means we know little about how they work. Albert Einstein, a famous scientist. Birth anniversary 14 March 1879, AD up to 18 April 1955 was a German-born theoretical physicist who is widely held as one of the most influential scientists best known for developing the theory of relativity. Einstein also made an important contribution to quantum mechanics. His mass energy equivalence formula is equal to m², which arises from special relativity, has been called the world's most famous equation. He received the 1921 Nobel Prize in Physics for his services to theoretical physics and especially for his discovery of the law of the photoelectric effect, a pivotal step in the development of the quantum theory. Albert Einstein says a very famous quotation about knowledge. He says that knowledge is so important, but imagination is more than that. So have both knowledge and imagination. Okay, thank you.